Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am joined with my mum again. It's been highly requested that she is back on my channel. So I recently asked you guys on Instagram and over on my vlogging channel to ask me and my mum some questions so that we can film a Q&A. So thank you all for your questions. We got loads. I'm very surprised at how many we got. And my mum was so sweet. She was like, oh, we have to answer them all. And I was like, Mum, we can't sit and answer like over 100 questions in the video. So she wanted to answer all your questions. She's like, oh, that's sad that we can't answer them all. So, but we've selected a few, so let's just get into it. The first question comes from Tazrin, and she said, what was your mum's most proud moment of you?
There's so many.
Oh, you can name a few if you want.
Well, I was so proud of Lucille in school because she did find it difficult with, I think you'd admit you're even more shy back then, and I know that she found the exams, I mean, she would come home from school and she would just quickly have something to drink and then she'd be upstairs and that would be her till about 11 o'clock at night, and I just thought what effort she really put in to school, and I was so proud when she got all A's and a B, and it was just amazing. I'm most proud of Lucille because I feel that you giving your time, and not only your time but the money that you spent out of your own pocket to go abroad twice to help all those kids. I'm so proud of you. I just think it's amazing. It's something I would love to have done myself. So I'm well jealous that she got to do it. It'll be a proud moment for her to tell her children, so that's probably the most proudest moment. You're very welcome. Just amazing.
The next question comes from According to Alice, and she says, what's the biggest lesson you've learnt from each other? I feel like I've learnt lots from you, obviously because you're my mum. I've learnt like a lot. The main thing I've learnt from my mum, like the most valuable life lesson I would take from her, is to always see the good in people. I feel like you always do that, and you've taught me to do that. Like, no matter what, you always see the good in people, but then you always see like the positive of every situation as well, and just you always look at things like so, do you know what I mean, like so positively. You see the bright side of life, you never look at the negative, and you always teach me that if I'm ever feeling down, you're always like, oh, but look at it this way, and like, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
That's alright.
No.
Nothing for me.
I think that we are both good with each other is that you can say to me if you think that I've done something that isn't right, and I can say to you, and I'd like to think that you, but not only you, but you were a part of it that has made me to be more patient and understanding.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I'm so pleased that I've taken that from you because I think it's a good quality to have.
Lovely, yeah. I feel like we just both learn a lot from each other.
You do. I think if you can talk to your children and they can talk to you, I think it makes a difference. But I think it's good that if you have a bond that you can just feel comfortable. Yes.
True, because I can talk to you about anything. And I always come to my mum. Like, she's the first person I would go to tell her anything or for advice or anything.
I'm so pleased that you can do that. You know, it's because not all kids feel they can do that.
Amy asks, how do you build a good mother and daughter relationship? My mum hates my guts. Which is really sad. Being open with each other and talking to each other, and
yeah, sometimes I think if you respond too quickly, sometimes I think you've got to, if you have a disagreement, I always say just try and take a few moments to yourself and try and see it from the other person's point of view, and that goes for the parent as well. I think sometimes some parents can just react rather than trying to see it from their child's point of view.
Yeah, because like even me and mum, we have our disagreements all the time, but like obviously you don't see that on YouTube because we don't film that, but like we have our disagreements or arguments and stuff, like everybody does, and that's really normal to have. but I just think that just looking at things from the other person's perspective and just kind of thinking about how they're feeling about something and kind of like coming to a mutual agreement and seeing each other's points
helps. I mean, you could maybe try and just sit down with your mum and just ask her to listen to what you've got to say and make sure that she just doesn't talk, just listens, you know, because I think it's important to listen.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we can just talk over each other, and I don't think that's a good thing to do. You know, it's important to listen to how the other person's feeling, and then of course you'll have to do the same with your mum. Just listen to what she's got to say. I'm not saying that you'll agree with everything.
No, you wouldn't.
You know,
no one does.
No,
it's just
but
life.
probably your mum doesn't hate your guts.
Yeah,
I can't.
sure she doesn't.
No, I'm sure she doesn't. I know you probably feel like that now, because I can relate to that. You know, I sometimes felt like, oh, you know, does my mum like me sometimes? Because I sort of felt that maybe, you know, she didn't, and then me and my mum ended up being best friends. You know, you've got to learn from each other.
Yeah, and things will get better and work out.
Oh, I hope they do, yes. It's easy to overthink things, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I do that a lot. Okay, see, told you my mum was good at giving advice. You're the best. It's like having a therapist when come to talk to you. I see my life so much clearer. Rachel Gillespie says, in what ways do you think you are similar and what ways are you different? Similar as in we're both quite shy, quiet people, and we find it hard to talk to people. I'd say we're both similar as in we're like kind, caring people.
Yes.
And that we're both good listeners. We're both quite giving people, would you say?
Oh yeah.
Generous and appreciative, I would say that.
I think we like to give, don't we? Just obviously we'd give a lot more if we had more money, but it's not all about that. I see a lot of, like, when Lucille dresses back when I was her age, I just think, oh, I would pick that, you know, especially dungarees. We love dungarees, don't we? And
yeah, because quite often I'll come down and you'd be like, oh, I used to wear that.
Yeah,
I used to
something
wear something
similar,
like that.
And I remember the first thing I bought when I had a job was my Reebok Pamps trainers. You know, you pump them up, and I just loved, I just really wanted a cool pair of trainers.
Wait, you pumped your trainers?
Yeah, they had on the tongue part, they had a round bit and you just pumped it up. I just thought, I really want them. Shoes. I really want them. They were trainers. I think it was for Comfort, if I remember rightly. Like inside it was, but I just thought they were so cool. And see, when I see you're like, oh, can we go and look at the trainers? You know, so I think, oh, you know, that's cool. A lot of people say that we look alike, don't we? Sometimes.
What about differences?
Well, differences. You are just so. You'd say you're not, but I just think you're so clever. You just. I know you don't think you are, but I'd love to have your brain. I think to myself, I think I was at the back of the queue and they handed out the brains, I'm afraid.
I think you don't take things as seriously sometimes as I do, which I would want to do more. Like, as in, you don't mind being silly or like minding what people think, whereas I, like, to a certain extent, and I'm more like, oh, like, say if you did something silly out in side, you know, like
if you say, Mum, do this, dab.
Yeah, my mum will do it and I'll be like,
she cringes.
Yeah, exactly. And you just like do whatever you want, you know, you don't care what people think. Like,
no, because if people,
I wish I was more like that.
Yeah, because I just think if people don't like what you're doing, they don't need to watch, do they? Obviously I care about what people think. I used to care a lot more, but sometimes I just feel that some people's views can just be horrible.
Yeah, and don't matter.
Yeah, and I just think it's only the good things that I want to see. I don't want, you know, if people's nasty, I just don't. I just think, well,
Yeah.
no, I'm not interested. Type of
Exactly.
thing.
Always looking at the positives.
Yes.
Haley Peel says, one for your mum. Did you always want to call Lucille, or was there another name that you liked too? And then lots of other people are asking, like, where did you hear the name Lucille? It's a nice name.
Right.
So just
Yeah.
about my name, really.
My husband and I find it very hard to agree, didn't we, on baby names. We just couldn't decide on a name because my husband is quite old-fashioned and he likes old-fashioned names. I'm not sure what I like. I've always liked Jessica and I've always liked Katie and names like that. One night we were just listening to Kenny Rogers, the singer. The song came on and we heard the words, "You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille," and we both looked at each other and I thought, and Dad was like, Lucille, and I was like, I love that name, I absolutely love that name. And then I sort of thought, oh, what other songs does he sing? And then the other one was Ruby was a name in it.
Oh yeah.
I thought Ruby, Lucille, I liked them both,
I like
but
both of those, yeah.
we decided to go with Lucille because that's the one my husband and I agreed on, and it was different.
I like it, how unusual it is. I don't know, I've only met one other person with that name.
Yeah,
And I love it.
and that's what I like about my name.
My mum's name is Cindy, I forgot to say that.
It's so unique.
That's how my name came about.
Yeah. So thank you, Kenny Rogers.
Thank you, Kenny Rogers, for my name.
No, he's not.
Okay. Okay, this has been a really popular question from loads and loads of people. What was your reaction when Lucille said she wanted to start making YouTube videos? Were you always supportive of her choices in general? Lots of love from Portugal, and that's from Quantamaria.
Ever since Lucille was little, her and her sister Laura would always film themselves. So this is before
like we knew about YouTube
or anything
we
like
would just
that.
film ourselves doing like dances and like playing X Factor and like just singing,
You know,
and we would
yeah.
film like room tours and stuff, but we wouldn't know that that was a thing.
They've always sort of done something like that, but when Lucille said, well, I think Laura was doing it a little bit at
Me
the
and Laura
time.
both started at the same
Yeah.
time about 3.5 years ago, just making YouTube videos.
And
I don't think you really knew what YouTube was, did you?
no,
I don't think Mum really understood it at first, and probably it's taken you a few years to actually understand it.
yeah, I don't know, I think it's done her good for her confidence, because I never thought Lucille would hold a camera and walk about town even, you know. But I can remember when you first started doing it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want people to see my house and everything. That sounds
Yeah.
silly. Like if there's a mess, you know, you're thinking, oh no. But I think I don't mind being in Lucille's videos because I want to support her. That's the reason I do it. It's not as if I would just do it myself or anything like that, but I thought, well, I can see that it's more than just a hobby to Lucille. You know, I can see that you just enjoy it so much. It's like a passion, because it's like another job to you.
Yeah.
Really, you know, I mean, you do your main job and then you come home and you're straight into doing this. And I just think, well, if it means that much to your daughter or your son, then I think a parent should support it. You know, I mean, we have to admit that Dad doesn't really.
Yeah, no, I know that.
No,
Dad
he doesn't like being filmed. It's not that he doesn't support you.
No, but that's fine. Like if people choose not to be in it, I know it's not for everyone. Like people can be supportive of it, but not want to be in it, which is fine because not everybody wants to be online, which I completely understand.
Yeah.
But I feel so grateful to have such a supportive mum who supports me in everything I do, literally everything.
I'm so glad that Lucille's
Yeah.
checked her guns and she's
loving it,
you know. And I think as long as you
later.
love something and it makes you happy and you're not hurting anyone else, then you should just do it.
Dulcie Doodle says, do you think you're really close compared to other mums and daughters? I would say I didn't at first, but then like ever since you've been in my YouTube videos more, like loads and loads of people are commenting like, wow, it's so amazing to see like a teenager with such a close relationship with her mum. So I guess we are, which is quite like a sad thing that other people aren't, because I couldn't imagine not being close to my mum. But I think like some people, from what I see like in school and stuff and just in life, people can sometimes be embarrassed to be like close to their mum or have
don't want to be seen
yeah,
by their
or have a relationship with their mum. And I remember like even when I was a lot younger, people would say, oh my gosh, like you like hang out with your mum at the weekend and stuff, and I'd be like, so what, like my mum's the most important person in my life, so of course I'm gonna hang out with her. Like you're the person I would choose to hang out with over anyone in the world. So
Lucy,
I have the best time with you ever. So I think that it's fine to be close with your mum. It's your mum brought you into the world.
Exactly.
Your mum taught you everything. Your mum's been there for you, like from the day you were born. So
I mean, for example, we're going up town tomorrow, and I'm so looking forward to it. And we're having lunch together and doing little things together.
Company,
yes, you know, I mean, we're not with each other all the time.
No.
But I mean, at the weekend, if you're going off with your friend or one of your friends or whatever, you know, that's fine. You know, we're not like joined at the hip or anything. But when we are going to, I mean, we're going to the cinema tonight, and I'm so looking forward to it. And I really enjoy spending time with, I know I spend probably more time with my daughters than my son, but that's because he likes doing things that his dad does, you know.
So he spends more time with dad.
Yeah, I mean, we do, every Saturday night we always try and watch a movie together. Because, I mean, you're not really somebody that, I've always found my kids are quite different to a lot of teenagers, because they're not out drinking and things like that. And that's, I mean, if Lucille wanted to go out and have a drink, I have no problem with that, but it's just
like
something
both
that,
me and mum don't drink, so
you know, it's just something you've not really done. And
certainly I just don't want to try or do.
So not every teenager's the same. I think what's maybe brought us even closer is I lost my mum 10 years ago, and my mum was only 56, and I would love to be able, like when we go off and do things together, sometimes I think, oh gosh, my mum would be coming, you know, and I think to myself, I don't know how long my daughter's going to stay in Inverness. You know, Lucille might decide to move. None of us know, without sounding, what's that word, like mournful, but none of us know how long we're here for. And I think if you enjoy spending time with your family, then why not? There's no rule book in life. In life, I think you've got to do whatever puts a smile on your face, and just, you know, my kids to me are my world, and they put a smile on my face, and I just couldn't imagine my life without them. So, yeah.
Beautifully put, Mum. Cara Jane asks, a question for your Q&A is, what was Lucille like as a child? Love your channel and you.
When Laura came along, there's 3.5 years between them, Lucille used to just copy everything that I did when she was little. So, you know, she would just act like this little miniature mom, you know, and she was
such like a mother figure.
Oh yes, definitely. So she's always been good with kids.
Yeah.
I think you've been good with Laura from day one, and Daniel. And I mean, you've had your differences with Natasha, but I like to think that you get on really well now, and it's so good.
Really good
I think,
friends now.
Which is nice to see. Yeah, Lucille was just always cheery.
I always loved baby dolls. I remember that.
Yes. I mean, it was just
like a caring, mothering person.
Yes. So I always thought, if out of all my daughters, probably Lucille's going to be the first one to be a mom. But no, we're wrong with Natasha. But now I can see. Now I can just see what a wonderful auntie you are to her, you know. And I just sometimes think, gosh, has this stemmed from when she was wee and just.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I have to say, you had quite a lot of confidence in primary school at the start, which was nice to see. But then Lucille lost her confidence. One thing about Lucille is she never walks away from anything, though. Even if you're shy, and as a child, even when you were shy and that, you just still got on with the things.
Yeah.
And just
tried.
She was always just like in school, she was just so hardworking, and I was just so proud of her. And as a child, Lucille loved spending time with my mum. Oh, you would play what was supposed to be doctors, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, so they loved things like that, playing doctors in shops and things. Lucille would say to Mum, "Now what is wrong with you today?" And then she'd be like, "Oh, I've got a sore head. I think you have to take this to it." And it was a bit hairbrush.
Yeah, so I'd be sitting there brushing
So she just
Granny's hair.
loved. Okay, my mum loved getting her hair brushed. Lucille would think she was actually doing something to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what you thought you were doing,
Fixing her sore head, you know.
You probably don't realise that at all different ages in your life you've just brought such joy.
Oh,
You know,
that's sweet.
I do sort of feel kind of bad that I am quite a nervous person, because then I think, oh, did Lucille, you know, with me being nervous, maybe did it rub off? And yeah, I don't know, it's a shame. But,
oh well, I'm getting better.
you're getting better, and I think YouTube has definitely helped you, you know, doing your YouTube videos and everything.
Yeah. Alex asks, "Hi Lucille, is it sad that I love to watch your vlogs as a mum of 40 with 3 children?"
Oh.
No. But my question to you is, does your mum work, or is she a stay-at-home mum doing a fabulous job?
Oh. I am a stay-at-home mum. I've been a stay-at-home mum for years. I haven't really had family to sort of help out. I think a lot of people are lucky when they have family.
You can babysit.
Yeah, but it's always sort of been with my husband's hours. He's a lorry driver. He does quite long hours
Very
and things
long,
like
yeah.
that. My husband and I always decided anyway, when we had kids, that he would be the one to go out and work. It's very old fashioned. I know probably people don't do this nowadays, but and I'd be the one to be at home. I sometimes wonder, is that why we've got such a close relationship? I think sometimes people think that when their kids reach a certain age that
They don't need you.
they don't need you, they'll be fine.
Still not true.
But it's not. I don't find it's true at all. I find, if anything, sometimes you've needed me more
Yeah, definitely.
as you
at
get
this age,
older. Yeah. The same with my daughter Laura. Definitely needed me at home, because for about 4 or 5 years I had to take her home at lunchtime every day.
Due to bullying,
Yeah.
and I was the same for a couple of years as well.
That's right. I always thought, well, when Daniel, who's now is 13, I always thought, well, hopefully I'll be able to get a job. But probably about 8 years ago I started to get unwell. Well, just like sore. And as time's gone on, my body just has changed quite a lot. So I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and it's a condition that attacks the bones and muscles. So every day my body is sore, because people can't see the soreness. You know, they
They can't see the pain.
they just see you. And sometimes I think there can be a lot of stigma about mums if they don't have a job.
Yeah.
And
But everyone has their different ways. Some people believe it's better to go out and work. Some people believe it's better to stay at home with your kids. Everyone has their different views. I think everybody should just be respectful of different people's choices and stuff. I personally am so grateful and thankful that you are a stay-at-home mum, because you've been there for every time I've needed you. I've been able to like grow up with you, like with me all the time, apart from like when I was at school. But it was also nice, like,
I mean, the
to
school
have you come and pick me
holidays
up
and
from
things.
school and come home and like just spend so much good quality time together, and that's probably why we are so close. And yeah, the school holidays, have you there as well.
I just think that if I was working out the home now that I'm not well, that I just wouldn't be able to cope.
My mum is the hardest worker in the world. Like, people say when people stay at home that they're lazy or whatever, some people say that, but my mum just constantly, she just doesn't stop. Like, she's always doing ironings and washings and cleaning and cooking and everything.
I do take my hat off to mums that can manage to juggle both.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
if they don't have family and they can manage to juggle both. And
yeah.
you know, because
Not saying
I
that's
know
wrong, Ren.
I know what it was like when I think back when I had, because I had 2 part-time jobs when Lucille and Natasha were little, and it is hard.
Yeah, I just think it works well for us as a family, the way we do things.
Yeah, it's just
And
whatever
it works different
suits
for
your
other families, so
Yeah, whatever suits your family at the time.
So guys, that wraps up everything for this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching this Q&A with my mum. Make sure you let me know in the comments below if there's any more videos you would like me to film with my mum, and if you'd like to see her on my channel again, which I'm sure you all do. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Also check out my vlogging channel, which is Lucy Lockett Vlogs. It will be linked down below as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!
Bye!